So finally the Couvreux Endless mission is here. I've dived into this mission a couple of times and so far, I'm really loving the concept. It's a mixture of survival and excavation mission wherein you'll need to survive and defend the Kuva Harvester at the same time. Me and my team run a couple of times and ended up getting 16,000 to 20,000 Kuva in this mission. Well, it's most likely more than an hour farming, but the mission itself is not boring. I really love how Digital Extremes decided to mix Kuva farming with survival missions. I'm a survival junkie and I'm really loving Couvreux Endless. Some of you may dislike this mission in terms of Kuva farming, but before you conclude not to try out Couvreux Endless, let me tell you some tips, strategies and the thrill of obtaining Kuva in Couvreux Endless. Let's begin with the basics. To obtain Kuva in this mission, you must first find a Kuva catalyst which will be dropped by certain enemies. These catalyst carriers will be marked in red and they usually spawn near the life support. So there's no need for you to roam around and look for them. Just head to the nearest life support and find one catalyst carrier. Once you have the Kuva catalyst, insert it on the life support capsule and then it will turn red. This means that it's now harvesting Kuva and you have to defend this Kuva harvester for a minute until it finishes harvesting. Now Kuva Guardians can also drop these catalysts and they are really easy to kill now. All you need to do is hit them with your Void Dash or Void Blast once to take away their invulnerability. Right after that, they are just target practice and you can kill them however you want. Couvreux Endless is pretty simple and it's just like an excavation mission with a twist. It gets chaotic once you pass 30 minutes, but some players can't even get past 30 minutes. It's because they usually lose air fast and they use up their life support capsule, and worst case is, there's no enough life support drop to continue the mission. So is there any way not to use those life support? Yes, there is. In fact, you can almost turn all life support into Kuva Harvester with the right team and Warframes. If you don't want to use up those life support, then I suggest that you take Necros. This Warframe is an important asset in Couvreux Endless. With his Desecrate ability, your team will have no problem in terms of life support, given the fact that you modded your Necros right for this mission. I have a couple of endless Kuva runs now, and I can't seem to replace Necros in the team composition. Yes, I know Hydroid works too, but I just don't like those tentacles. I prefer Necros over Hydroid for this mission because he's more efficient in my opinion, in giving loot and helping the team keep your life support at 100%. Just remember though, bring slash-based weapons on this mission to help out your Necros dismember those dead bodies to have more chance of dropping those life support capsule. Okay, now let's talk about how I mod my Necros for Couvreux Endless, and give you more tips on how you can farm Kuva efficiently in this mission. Now I have two setup for my Necros in Couvreux Endless. One is a solo setup and one is for team composition. For my solo setup, I usually use Necros' Shield of Shadows. This augment helps a lot in terms of survivability in solo plays. Now, I can do 30 to 40 minutes Couvreux Endless with this setup. You can try out this build too, or you can even create your very own solo Necros build for this mission. Just make this as your reference on creating your very own build. But the most usual build I have for my Necros is for team setup, which is basically high range and efficiency, with the Despoil augment. I highly suggest that you try out this build for Couvreux Endless. For the survivability part, I have Equilibrium, Vitality and Health Conversion. My job here is to provide the team with loot and maintain the life support, which is why I did not bother getting the Shield of Shadows augment. I also did not bother going with Overextended for more range because I don't like the negative power strength it gives. I usually cast Terrify in times that my team really need a window to regroup, heal ourselves or get some energy back. I want to maintain my power strength so I can CC 20 enemies. Anyway, I can recast this ability and can CC even more in the process. But I don't advise to overuse this ability in this mission, as you will definitely mess up your life support. I did add duration with primed continuity for Terrify also, but you can replace it with fleeting expertise if you want your desecrate to be more efficient. Before we proceed to other warframes that are efficient for this mission, let's discuss first one of the most important things to have in this mission. First is corrosive projection with coaction drift on its Exilus mod slot. If you really want to Kuva farm endlessly in this mission, then try to remove the armors of the enemies. I suggest that you run with 3 times corrosive projection and 3 times coaction drift. This way, you will have that 100% armor reduction, which helps a lot in killing enemies much faster and desecrating their bodies. Take note that we really need to kill enemies fast here, as we want to have as much life support capsule as possible. Also, one of your teammate must have the enemy radar aura. Since we don't stay in one place in this mission, the enemy spawn tends to fluctuate, and sometimes it will take a couple of seconds before you see enemies spawning. This usually happens to us when we have to travel far from one life support to another. Which is why we usually run with one person having enemy radar to help us spawn those enemies. It's really kinda weird that spawn is affected by how far you detect enemies on your radar. Basically it's coded such that highlighted enemies are forced to come towards you, I guess. And, it's really annoying that I should equip this mod to force spawn enemies, but well, I can't complain much as we still can remove the armors of the enemies. Best that you try it for yourself. Okay. Now that we are done with how to keep your life support up and running, let's proceed to how you can protect those Kuva Harvesters. There are a bunch of Warframe that can do this job. One is Limbo. Just mod your Limbo with max duration and max range and you can keep those Kuva Harvesters at full health. The only problem with Limbo though, is your team is restricted to using melee weapons only, which most players don't like. But there are other CC frames that you can take for this mission. Another great Warframe to have for this mission is Frost. Now Frost is one of my favorite for this mission. I usually build him for his snow globe and avalanche ability in Couvreux Endless. Just try to mix range, power strength, armor and efficiency on your build to give Frost that CC ability perfect for this mission. If you don't like going with Frost, then you can go with Vauban. Yet another Warframe that I love using in Couvreux Endless. Vauban does allow the team to go wild and kill enemies, without restriction like Limbo. For my Vauban, I usually build him around his Bastille ability with the augment, and add lots of range with some duration and efficiency. For the 2 last slot, you can choose any Warframe you want in your team. You can go with some support with a Blessed Trinity, which is by the way really helpful especially when you are at 1 hour or 2 hours. You can also go with Oberon for support and CC. Or, you can go with damage dealing frames like Mesa or Excalibur. There's also group and nuking frames like Nidus, which can also give you heal with his 4th ability. There are a couple of team compositions that are actually great for Couvreux Endless and I will leave that to you. In our case, we usually run with a Frost for CC, Necros for life support, a Speed Nova so enemies will spawn much faster, and a Mesa or a Nidus. You can also go with Vauban, Loki, Speed Nova and Necros. It's all up to you anyway. But just remember that, you really need Necros for the life support and a CC frame to protect the Kuva Harvester. 2 last advice I can give are bringing a Smeeta Cavat and a resource booster when farming for Kuva in Couvreux Endless. One Kuva Harvester can give you 200 Kuva while having a resource booster can give you 400 Kuva per Harvester. But when you have a resource booster, and your RNG cat procs that resource booster charm, then you will get 600 Kuva in one Harvester. So that's all about it. Hope that you guys find this video informative. I really enjoy Kuva farming right now in this new Couvreux Endless. We usually get past the 1 hour plus mark on this mission and get around 16,000 to 20,000 plus Kuva. In most cases, 16k, as we sometimes bump into problems like you can't insert the Kuva catalyst in the life support, or some FPS drops that we need to extract so our PC won't die along with our Warframes. Yes, Couvreux Endless is kinda clunky right now with those bugs, but I'm pretty sure that Digital Extremes will fix those soon. In terms of the Couvreux you earn, some players seems to be disappointed on how low the reward is. But for me, I think it's just right. If you want to earn Couvreux fast, say you only need 2k to 5k, then there's the Couvreux Siphon or Couvreux Flood mission for you. Couvreux Endless are meant to be played as high risk high reward in my opinion. The more time you spend with a bunch of high level enemies, the more Couvreux you earn. It's not really the fastest way to earn Couvreux right now, but you can earn a ton of Couvreux in this mission when you have the proper team composition, builds and loadouts. And, I hope that this video provided all that you need to farming Couvreux efficiently in this new Couvreux Endless. Before I end this video, I would just like to thank a bunch of people for helping me out record some footage for this Couvreux Endless video. The names are displayed on the screen right now. Thank you guys. Also, thank you to my awesome grind team for constantly supporting my channel, leaving likes, giving comments and sharing my content. Thank you so much guys. I could not have grown this community without you. For those of you who want to join the grind team, simply click that big subscribe button below. Remember to turn on notification to receive daily Warframe updates from this channel. Thank you once again. Squad leader signing off.